Hey, good morning and welcome to Mornings with Mike. It's Monday morning and this is what we do here. Get in, talk about the Bible, raise some people up, have a great start to our day and our week. So I hope your day has started off absolutely fantastic so far. Good morning, Jim. It's nice to see you this morning. Bill Schomburg, good to see you this morning, as it always is. So let's see. Where do I get started this morning? So we're going to be talking about Job. Chapter 42, verse 10. And first, if you have a message to share, if you have something that's on your heart and you want to get it out there, whatever that looks like to you, then I encourage you to make sure and go check out, if I can find it, right there, join-streamyard.com. It's a great streaming software. It's what I use for this show, and I'm able to get the message out across multiple platforms and connect with many people that way. So if you've got a message on your heart, I would encourage you to go check them out at join-streamyard.com. And with that, we're going to get into it this morning. So Bill says Job is his favorite book in the Bible. So if you're not familiar, because I'm going to dive right into this, so give people that may not be familiar a little bit of background. A couple of things. One, I share primarily from the New Living Translation version of the Bible, and that's just one that I find easy to read, I can connect with, but I would encourage you find something that is comfortable for you and get into the Bible. And so the book of Job, the constant theme of this, and I'm going to get in here this morning, is the difficulty in understanding why an all-powerful God allows good people to suffer and to go through all of these frustrations. And so it says, what is the book of Job about? And I like the summaries this offers. It specifically says, trusting God in spite of devastating tragedy. See, Job endures all these trials and frustrations, and from God, all of these trials are sent to him. He sits through 40 chapters of ridicule and criticism and condemnation and frustration from his friends, right? From the people he's surrounded by, and he's given the opportunity to specifically be like, "Hey, I told you so." And instead, this is where he jumps into, or this is where we join him in chapter 42, verse 10. It says, when Job prayed for his friends, the Lord restored his fortunes. In fact, the Lord gave him twice as much as before. So keep in mind, and I would encourage you, again, the story's too long to get into now, but what you need to know is he endured all these difficulties and all of this criticism, and he remained a good and faithful man. And so, as all good leaders should do, Job takes the high road, right? And so what he does, it says here, he prayed for his friends. He didn't just take vengeance or hold a grudge. Instead, he just prayed for them. He worshiped and lifted God up, and he prayed for people. He took the high road and he forgave people, and because he did this, God blessed him with absolute abundance. It says right here, he blessed him with twice as much as he had had before. And so kind of as it sums up in this single verse, and where it was speaking to me, is it's always healthier to take the high road than the low road, especially when it comes to people. And interestingly, I've shared this with you guys before too. I read from this Leadership Promises for Every Day. As I was considering, I said, okay, this is the verse that I'm going to share this morning, because this is what I'm just feeling it. I'm connected to it. It's on my heart. God's telling me I should go and share this for my Mornings with Mike. There's, on yesterday's Leadership Promises for Every Day, there's a message that says, take the high road. And he talks about, you got to remind yourself sometimes of the low road versus the high road. The low road would be revenge and retaliation when wronged. So like I said, even here, Job doesn't take the opportunity to take vengeance. Instead, he prays for his friends. He prays for people. So the high road would be unconditional love, forgiveness, acceptance. Right? Bill says here in the side, even his wife said, "You foolish man, curse God for his suffering and die." Job remained steadfast. He remained true to himself and true to God throughout this. Hey, good morning, Joey. Good to see you, man. Haven't seen you in a minute. Some other comparisons that John Maxwell shares here. He says, the low road plays the same game as others. The high road would be refuses to play games and lives by principles. So you stay absolutely true to what is that true north, right? The low road would be being reactive and living no better than anyone else. The high road would be proactive and live as best as you can above human standards. So, that, like I said, it was just speaking to me. I got all these things served up. And it reminds me, too, I shared a couple weeks ago, like, we've got to listen when God is speaking to us. So the message, all summed up this morning, is like, it's always healthier to take the high road than the low road, especially when it comes to people. You know, it may feel more difficult at the time. It may feel uncomfortable when we're saying, okay, this is the direction that I'm going to go, and this is what I'm going to do to stay true, because often the easy way out is just to fold and take that opportunity that God gives us to say, I told you so, right? Told you this was how it was. But the rewards in the end, when we stay true to our character, when we stay true to our faith, when we stay true to God, even though it may feel more difficult in the moment, understand that the rewards that we will be blessed with are always larger in the long run than what our expectations are. So don't take that one moment to try and give payback. Take that one moment to pray for other people. Take that one moment to lift other people up, to lift God up. And with that is my message this morning, friends. So thank you so much for taking the time to tune in and join with me on this. Do me a favor, if you have somebody in your life that you feel like, man, they could stand to hear this message. Maybe it's you that needed to hear the message this morning. You're thinking, man, I had a frustrating weekend and I got to get after this person. Instead, pray, right? I encourage you to pray for them, forgive them, lift them up. So, Lead with Jim says, hey, love this. Nice to see you this morning, Jim. Always is. And Joey, that's strong. Vengeance is the Lord's. It is not yours to take. Right? So I encourage you, please do me a favor. If you haven't already, click the share button, share this video out. I try and keep these to about 10 minutes, and my camera now sits right in front of the timer. So I don't know where we're at. I'm going to assume we're about 10 minutes. And, join me next Monday morning for another Morning with Mike at 7:05 a.m. Mountain. Also, I do a Friday night show with my friend Matt called Friday Night Fire, where we dive into some more difficult topics in the Bible and how they affect us right now in society. So I'd love for you to join us for either of those. Look forward to seeing you again soon. Until I see you next time, God bless you all, and thank you for spending a little bit of time with me this morning. We'll see you soon, everybody.